What's up YouTube, Kushi here, coming at you with a video on Last of Us 2. In this video, we're going to be going over a couple of things that I wish that I knew before I started this game. And don't worry, this is going to be a spoiler-free video. I'll mostly be going over some menus, settings, and all the gameplay is going to be from the E3 gameplay reveal trailer. If you find anything useful from this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find this video when you need this information again. Alright, so starting off, let's talk about the accessibility options. There are so many within the game. So when you start the game, in the very beginning, you can adjust things like the size of the screen, adding subtitles, or the difficulty. All the normal stuff you set up at the beginning of the game. But then you could go into the accessibility options when the game starts, and so many other options are available. And there's several options I highly recommend you guys check out. For some reason in this game, I was getting motion sickness like crazy, and that usually doesn't happen to me in any other game. So, if you go to options, accessibility, motion sickness, you get several options. The ones that I found helped out the most was definitely increasing the camera distance and field of view, and just bumping down the motion blur. I also tried the persistent center dot, which is supposed to help you focus on one thing and supposed to help somehow. So I tried it, and sometimes it worked. I mean, if you're looking at the dot directly, then it helps. But since you're always looking around for loot around the world, it didn't really help me out that much. Next thing in the option that I recommend that you check out is the HUD options. So if you go to options, HUD, scroll down to notifications. It provides you with several options to adjust what pops up on your screen and how frequently it shows up. Personally, I really didn't like how the game makes you find what to do next, which kind of resulted in you going all across the walls until some notification pops up. So bumping up how frequent the hints pop up definitely made the game a lot more enjoyable for me. There's also other prompts like dodging, grabbing, striking, and I think you just have to gauge by yourself how difficult you want the game to be, or how immersive you want the game to be. But ultimately, I think this gives you the option to choose what you like about the game and what you don't like about the game, and enable or disable them as you please. And so this game really emphasizes looting, maybe overemphasizes looting. It's such a staple within the game that sometimes it kind of leads you into obsessive looting. To get the most amount of resources, you have to check every nook and cranny, every corner, and sometimes it sucks. And there are two options that might help you alleviate some of that pain. One of that is in the HUD settings, so HUD notifications, pick up notifications on. The next one is kind of iffy, and some people might say it's cheating, but for some of the achievement hunters out there, this will help you find everything so that you don't have to go through a second playthrough. So if you go to options, accessibility, navigation and traversal, and go down to enhanced listen mode, turn that on. With that, if you press R1 and circle, it'll send out like a sonic pulse that will alert you for anything you could interact with. And then bump up the scan range to get the maximum distance, and decrease the scan time so it only takes 1 second to reach that maximum distance. Alright, on to the second tip. And this one involves upgrades and skill trees. There are two types of loot that you're kind of looking for. Supplements, which upgrade your player skills, and spare parts, which are used to upgrade your weapons. So as you go throughout the game, you're going to be finding more and more of these. And I'd recommend waiting until spending these, at least for a couple of chapters. At first, when I looked at the skill tree and only saw that survival branch, I thought that was it. But as you go through the story, you have to find more of these skill tree branches. So anytime there's a lock symbol, that means there's going to be more later on. And for the weapons, obviously you'll be getting more throughout the game, but try to save your parts for a weapon that you really like or use a lot. And finally, for the third tip. Again, this is another looting tip. For some reason, while you're out of combat, the game disables your ability to run. You can only jog anywhere. So if you want to loot just a little bit faster, towards the end of combat engagements, try to leave one enemy alive. This will let you run around the map just a little bit faster and find all that precious loot. Alright, and that's all for my tips for you guys. If you have any tips that helped you out, please let me know down in the comments. And if you're interested in this game, check out my review to see if this game is right for you. Thanks for watching, and catch you guys later. Peace.